Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. I am going to be working on some hide scrapers today, and I'm going to turn some of these bifaces that I've made in the past into something I can haft onto a stick and create a scraper. I've got a couple of brain tan hides I want to frame soften, and so I want to kind of incorporate the two hobbies, Flintknapping and hide tanning, and see what we can make. I got a lot of pieces that through demonstrations that I've started and didn't finish. So a lot of these will get hafted to sticks and stuff, and we'll see if we can make some hide softening tools, stuff like that. And we'll take down a little bit of the sharp edge, just a little bit, to where it doesn't cut the hide when you're scraping. Probably do like an edge shear to finish, just to try to clean it up. So basically we're going to spend some time squaring off bases, creating notches, and then trying to get this in a stick. This is already a pretty good size, and then we've got some smaller ones here, but we're just going to go ahead and flip stuff around and do what we can to make them haftable. That is the plan, which is exciting. Let me get my stuff here. I have a picture in my head that I want to try to replicate. We may use some indirect today, just for any additional thinning and whatnot. Then I do want these stone tips to be a little thicker than a flake, just in case there's some fracturing or breaking, because you're applying a lot of pressure when you're doing your frame straightening. And I would hate for one of the corners on a flake to pop off, create a sharp corner, and then it cut into the hide. That would be bad news. What I'm basically looking for is a strong edge that would be great for braiding and scraping. So again, this is pretty exciting because I'm making my own tools. So we'll see how it goes. Now it says my camera only has 51 minutes, so I gotta go through and delete some stuff, but we're gonna give it a college try here. So I think just to start, we're gonna start with this piece here. It's a bit thin on this end, so we may make this the base because we're gonna bring it up, and then we'll round this off better. This is a piece of hornstone from Kentucky. St. Louis Chert Formation, I think what he says. I got it from David Phelps. But we're going to go ahead and bring this back, square this end off, put a couple of side notches in it, and that'll be scraper number 1. And then this will go on a handle about 1 inch in diameter, about 7-8 inches long. So that's the plan. Okay, so let's do some trimming. Square this off, round this off. Got it. Now this stuff's a bit tough, which is good. Although I'm sure obsidian could be used as long as you kept your edges strong enough and not too thin. I'm sure obsidian would be fine. You just want to be careful, use some caution. We're just going to clean this up a bit. I did one hide already, and I broke that one by hand, and I think I can do better on the quality. So that's what we're shooting for. Probably going to use this just to help speed this up a little bit. If I didn't abrade too much. I already cut myself. Oh, I can't see that. I was digging through the rocks looking for a rock, and I got myself. Daggone it. I don't know. That's part of it. Let's try to get rid of this lump right here. That doesn't have to be perfect, it's just I don't know, just gonna be a scraper, but for me, I want it to look nice. I'm hoping to, we're gonna be doing a bit of brain tan demonstrations. That's a future plan for 5 metals, and I'm hoping we will get some kids involved on the stretching and pulling process. I'll take care of the hide prep all the way to drying, and then we'll dress it in the field, and then we'll go through and have all the kids pull and stretch and play tug of war and stuff like that, which I'm looking forward to. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Get the kids involved and have them do the hard work. I'll do the ringing and stuff like that. Let's see if we can clean this up a bit. I may just round this side off. See, I like this. If this is inverted and in the stick, then we could round this off and make a pretty good rounded piece. So I think we'll do that. If you get rid of your sharp corners, then you don't have to worry about it gouging your hide when something slips or something like that. And this is plenty thick enough. And then I can even zigzag the end to create a abrasive piece here. Making tools is really cool. Coming full circle. Full circle. I had an interest in hide tanning years ago, but I never really had the means. And then I got into Flintknapping, and then now I'm getting back into hide tanning. So it's really cool to be able to use some of these skills in conjunction with one another. And who doesn't like brain tan? Or in my case, egg tan. I had somebody get mad at me on Facebook because I was calling an egg tan hide brain tan in quotes. I think he just thought I was misleading people. That wasn't intentional. So, but that's okay. People are gonna be grumpy. Grumpy times. Try and get this rounded out a little bit nicer. A little bit of a problem area here. Thing is we don't even necessarily have to notch it. We could actually take and just put a stem on it. It'll do the same thing. So I'm gonna keep rounding this a little bit. Yeah, get an idea what that feels like. I don't want it to be too aggressive because I don't want to accidentally abrade a hole into it. That would be a problem. Finer tip tool here. See what we can do here. Try to get that nice and rounded, good usable edge. Preferably a centered edge would be nice. Probably spending way longer on this than I need to, but it's my party. That's pretty decent. I'm going to soften that edge by shearing a little bit. It'll help get rid of all of the individual micro serrations. Help make it a bit more of a solid, less of a comb, if that makes sense. But it'll still have good abrasiveness. As you can see, it's getting a little fuzzy here. I don't know if you can see that or not. See how it's fuzzy? Yeah, it's more consistent now. It has less lines. I think that's pretty good. And what I'm going to do is narrow this base a little bit more. Which should give us an opportunity to thin this lump out. Basically, we're making an inverted point. Doesn't have to be anything special. I could, in theory, use this with my hand. Come on. There it goes. There we go. It's more better. Bit of a spaz today. Just because I'm trying to hurry. Okay, let's square this off a little bit. Braid the sides, bottom. So here's kind of our preform, right? So this end will go on a stick. It'll be grabbed on about like so. And then that'll be our scraping edge. We're gonna go ahead and try to notch a little bit, just to help secure and hold that in. Which we will use. We don't need super deep notches, we just need notches. So I'm just going to use this antler tine, create a couple of notches here. No big deal. They don't have to be super deep, just they need to be there. I'll give you something to haft to. One little notch, and we'll put another one right here. Try to do it again. can to make it look nice. It's got a little bit of a twist to it, but I think that'll be okay. Braid the notch. We'll probably use artificial sinew because sinew is kind of at a premium, but here's one. A little scraper. Let's probably go in a little handheld tool. Probably about a 1-inch stick diameter. But there's one. I think that's got a nice smooth radius to it. Let's go ahead and try to knock out another one. Maybe something bigger. Maybe this one, which is already pretty well on its way. We can just kind of knock this side out. This I would like to put on like a 2-inch diameter stick. So we gotta try to be careful how far we neck that down. Yeah, 2-inch diameter sticks already right there. So we'll just pull the sides in a little bit. Just a little bit of a teardrop. Try to work this down a little bit more. This piece of Georgetown. This material comes from Texas. Do a bit of percussion here. I have a love-hate relationship with Georgetown. I think it's a really nice rock, but it's just so expensive nowadays. Like all things, apparently. So clean this up a little bit. Some lighter braiding. Remove a little bit of mass here. Yeah, that was a little. Ouch. On my finger. Maybe we'll go with an 1.5-inch diameter stick on this one. Running into a bit of a concavity, so I'm trying to do a little bit shorter flakes, which is less power. All right. I don't want to spend too much time trying to fix this. I just need it to be fairly even. something in here, I think. Swing and a miss. There it goes. Get out there. Trying to make a consistent edge here. Oops. Quit breaking my stuff, man. Be that way. What's cool is I can always redo these as needed. Like, that's another usable piece. Yeah, I think that works. Like, we're gonna go ahead and take off, just do a bit of shearing here. I think that'll work. It's got a roughness, but there isn't really like individual serrations. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. Look at this. Try to square up the base a little bit. What I'll do when I haft it, I will put it in pine pitch glue. And when I create the notch, I'll make sure this seats really well, so it stays, it kind of keeps from being wiggly. And then when I have extra rawhide or sinew, I'll go ahead and swap out the cordage on it. Okay. And honestly, these could be turned into points if I wanted to later, if I decide I don't like them. gonna go ahead and try to do some notching again. So this one's a bit chunkier. But there's your end that's gonna go in the stick. The stick will be about 1.5 to 2 inches in diameter. And then we're gonna put some notches in here. Which will probably be a bit difficult, but we're gonna try. We might try to punch notch it, which I haven't done in a while. Let's see here. Not the greatest at punch notching, but I dabble. A little bit. So I've got these two little pieces here. We'll probably use the big one since it's thicker. We'll see what we can do. I just want to try to get a notch in there. Now I am not good at this, so if it goes well, awesome. If it doesn't, oh well. So that was a good one. Light braiding. Try it again. Seems to be working okay though. Dang. So there's one notch. We'll do the other one on the other side. I really am not good at this, so I must have got lucky. Bit of prep there. Come on, rascal. There it goes. That's a good one. Thing keeps trying to run away on me. That was a big one. Not the prettiest, but I think it's going to work well. There's another one. I'll have to post pictures with it being hafted so you guys can see what I got cooking. So here's another one. And I think we have time for one more quick one. Maybe something smaller for a little handheld tool. Let's see what we got here. Maybe this one. I think this is another piece of hornstone. I think I got mad at it because it had this concretion in here. It was just a mess. So I think we'll go ahead and try to turn this one too while we're at it. We'll just make this a little bitty guy. Maybe think in terms of 1 inch diameter. maybe. Switch up my tools here a little bit. Throwing stuff around. We're gonna go ahead and try to trim this guy up. We'll make this the end. In my hand, it's just a piece of Axis antler. Axis deer antler. I got it from... oh, shoot. I got it from Ryan Gill's website. I can't remember. Hunt Primitive website. That's where I got it from. See how we doing on time? We're doing all right. That was a good one. This isn't the best. It's kind of a yucky platform. I'm gonna try to do some pressure. Apologies on being a spaz. Ouch. Ouch. There it goes. Nose is itchy. There, that helped. So this one's already getting pretty close, as you can see. A little bit of a chunky piece, but that's okay. We just want the edge to be nice. Am I kind of napping? Of course, I'm still over here fussing with symmetry and everything else. I'm just trying to make a nice radius. Turn this to fan. Come on. There we go. Hard spot right here. I think there's a concretion right here. Come on. Get out there. Thank you. Little turd. There we go. Okay, let's even it out. Because what I'm trying to do is make a nice consistent radius, but also kind of get that edge center line. So it's a nice even contact. Probably unnecessary, but I like it. And then nothing crazy sharp. I was reading Matt Richards' Deerskins and a Buckskins book, and it got me inspired to clean up some of these less than desirable rocks and make some tools, which is super appealing to me. Who knows, maybe a few people will want some and I can make some for them. It's basically an upside down ice cream cone with a flat bottom and some notching. It's already one of my favorite preforms to make, the teardrop style. It's just upside down. Now, I don't plan on trying to grain a hide with a buffalo rib or anything like that. That looks like way too much work. Square this up here. Try to thin a little bit. It's a bit crusty in here, so we'll see. Yeah, it's a little too crusty. That's alright. I think that works. So it's a little bit larger than the inch diameter, but I think that's okay. You can see we got a nice smooth radius, no sharp corners. And then that edge is pretty well centered. Probably hard to see on the camera. We'll notch this, and then this will be the last one. Then I'll post a picture later when I get them all hafted and stuff. I don't have the camera equipment to really show you guys how I do all that. Hopefully someday I can do that. Just I don't have it right now. One of these days I hope they come out with some like good quality videoing safety glasses that I could wear. Then you guys could see what I see. I think that would be super cool. It's all crusty right in here, so I don't think that notch is going to go very far. Oh, come on. Let's try and just get something here. Alright, now let's try it. Trying to hurry, almost out of time. Come on. Oops, swing and a miss. Okay, that's as far as that one's going. Notch up a little bit more. Doesn't have to be pretty, right? It's just gotta work. We'll save the pretty for the points. Well, I think that'll work for the hafting. So that'll definitely hold it. We're going to go ahead and braid it. We could probably lightly abrade the working edge, but I want to test that out first before I do that. It's bugging me. It's more ugly than I like. It's just a nasty rock, so. Alright, let's braid that corner real quick. Alright, it's show and tell time for you guys. So here's what we got. We got 3 tools done today. Hopefully you guys can see these okay. So we got basically a teardrop, flat point, and then a side notch to hold it in. Just nice gradual radius, no sharp corners. Here's another one here. See the notches. This one's a little thinner. A little twisted on this side, but I think this edge is okay. And we have this bigger one right here. Pretty consistent edge. A little derpy right here, but I think it'll be okay, and then notched. So these 3 will get hafted to some sticks, and we'll use these on the next brain tan hide, which I have to thin, or not thin, but soften. I haven't done that yet, but appreciate you guys watching. Thanks, bye.